What is up, everybody? I am Matthew Holt with the National Rock Racing Association, and I am so stoked to be here for our season opener. I am absolutely pumped. I have been. This is like Christmas Day for me. I am so very excited to be here. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. I'm going to kind of ram through it pretty quickly just to see how everybody's doing. And I know we have lots to talk about tonight, so we're going to kind of ram through a lot of it real quick. We have some rule changes, we have a new class, we have some new drivers, we have some new bouncers, we have a whole bunch of stuff, and I am so stoked to be here. Again, this is our season opener. This is our first pre-race show of the season. We're going to Windrock Off-Road Park this weekend, March 7th and 8th. It's in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and this race is brought to you by Mickey Thompson. Again, they represented us last season, so we're super stoked about them. I am super pumped for this. The bouncer is ready to go. I'm excited. I've been watching everybody else's feeds for Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook, and looks like it's going to be a very fun season. So I'm super pumped. A couple quick things to cover. Again, Windrock is where we're headed to. Super excited about that. Largest privately owned park in the nation at 73,000 acres, which is just absolutely insane. I love this park. It's a great park. They always do a great job for us. Camping, they have tons of camping there. They have cabins you can rent. They have camping hookups you can rent. They have bathhouses, and then they have like tent camping with electrical and without electrical. So depending on what you're whether you're coming in a tent or whether you got a 40-foot diesel pusher or whether you want to rent a cabin, they have a whole bunch of things you guys can check it out. They have bicycle trails. There's mountain biking that usually happens like on the other side of the park, and we don't even know it. That's the crazy part. So shout out to them for always doing a great job with us. We have a great time. An absolute blast. So a couple new guys stepping up. We'll talk about them real quick. Justin Holback stepping into the limited class, which we're going to go over the limited class a little bit and some of the rules. Chris Griggs going to limited class. Justin Holback, again, picked up a bouncer, which he's pretty stoked about. Dustin Carter, another guy hopping in there. Josh Kerpinski bought Ford Play. It should be ready to race by the end of the season, by the beginning of the season. He's very excited. He's got new wrap, some new parts. He's pretty stoked. He's no longer going to be racing the side-by-side class. He made the joke. He said, I had to sell everything to get the bouncer, but he said, I'm very excited. Again, that means Jay is getting something new because he sold Ford Play and his backup buggy. So it's going to be interesting to see what he rolls out with very soon. Nathan King, they bought the Avenger buggy from the Molders, which we're super excited to see what they're doing. And I called and talked to them a little bit earlier, and they said that they are going to do racing with it, just not right away. They want to get some seat time and feel really comfortable with it, and they're still going to race side-by-sides for now. And then eventually when they get comfortable, get some seat time, and really kind of, have that rear steer worked out, then they can hop into it and do some racing with us. Tim Bacon, the Bacons are coming back. This is like their hometown park, so they'll be up there. All the Bacons will be up there, and Tim with his new 40 spline rig, front and rear steer with their sheet metal housings. I'm super excited to see that thing get out there and work. He did a little bit of testing last year. I talked to him earlier today. He's pretty geeked. He's pretty excited. Dan Bowman, got to talk to him a little bit. He's got some new wraps he's been posting on his buggies, part of that Reclaim Racing team, as well as their truck and trailer. Their motorhome and the trailer has a new wrap, and it looks insane. So super excited about that. Brendan Davis, he raced Ultra 4. He's going to be doing some cool stuff this year. You have to check him out. So limited class, that's kind of the big thing we've talked about. We have a new class of bouncers called the limited class, which we're going to go through those rules here in a little bit. Some rules that we need to make sure we're stapling up on is for the stock UTV, they need to be running stock panels. You can have a bed delete kit, but you need to have every other panel on there, plastic, aluminum, doesn't matter. You need to make sure you have all of the stock panels, UTV panels on there. We've been kind of lax about letting them get a little more stripped down in the past, so we're going to try to make sure we get those keeping up. And we're going to run through some rules real quick, but first we're going to hear from Mickey Thompson.
There's only one tire brand that can call itself legendary. Rebirthed from the depths of Baja and representing decades of racing heritage, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. This dominating tire is purpose-built for thrill seekers everywhere The new Baja Legend MTZ. It's time to get what you really want in a tire. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound for enhanced wet performance. PowerPly 3-ply construction for sidewall protection and responsive handling. Improved 4-pitch side biters for bold looks and off-road grip. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. Gear up and roll with the American mud terrain legend, the Baja Legend MTZ.
All right. Thank you so much for Mickey Thompson. Again, they are the sponsor of this season opener. Real quick, we're going to run through some rules. I'm going to go ahead and pull our rule book up here, and we'll run through it. Again, this is their season. We can go through real quick. Again, you can see right here there is the regulations. It gives you, can kind of go through this on your own, but we are going to run through really quickly some of this. Again, general rules. There's a lot of general spaces there. Can go through a bunch of these on your own. And this is super, super important. Also, next we're going to get to the points. Again, it covers points on the hills. And then this is the big thing we want to kind of go through. The unlimited bouncer is what we've always had. We've always ran. It's always been awesome. You can see the rules underneath the unlimited bouncer class. The new one is the limited bouncer class. That's the one that is new. And there's a few main points we really, really want to focus on. The biggest one is no rear steer allowed. There will not be rear steer allowed in this class. You can have an aluminum block or a plastic block. You can actually bolt on the rear steer, but it has to be a very large block that's not going to accidentally allow your rear steer to work during a race. That's one of the big no-nos. So you can have rear steer on the buggy, but aluminum or some type of plastic polyurethane block that you can bolt on. It's very heavy duty, something that will not allow your rear steer to work. That's kind of one of the big points. Next, you have to meet basically 2 of the 3 requirements. One being an OEM engine block, meaning it came out of a vehicle and it's been modified in some way. You can't just go buy some high-end block that's custom made. You have to have a block that is an OEM block. That's one of the big things. Again, this is you have to have 2 of the 3 here. The next thing is no power outers. Again, you can see superchargers, blowers, turbos, nitrous. There's a handful of them. We have examples there, so no power outers. The third one, single shock per corner. And it says shock body, coilover body, etc. And basically what that means is you're not going to be allowed to have a shock, but you have 1 shock per corner, and that's what the rules state. But then we put in parentheses, shock body or coilover body, you can only have 1 shock per corner. There was a little bit of confusion on this, but hopefully that'll clear it up, meaning that we have you can only have 1 attachment point at the top and 1 attachment point at the bottom, so 1 shock per corner. That's kind of the easy way to put it, but again, that includes shock bodies, that includes coilovers, that includes everything. So only 1 shock per corner, and you have to have, you can have up to 2 of those 3, so that gives you some options there. It gives you a little bit of flexibility, so that way if you have coilovers, you can not have a power outer, and not have any, so as long as you're meeting the requirements, you can have 2 of the 3. And again, that's kind of important. Courses, we've talked a little bit about courses over the what the course is going to be like for that new class, and we're excited. I think the park is going to vary. I've talked to Clyde pretty extensive about that. So if we go to some parks, the course may be very, very difficult. And this class is designed to help get new people involved, as well as keep it somewhat affordable. So we can't throw some new guy that's dragging his rig out of a barn and throwing him to the wolves like some hardcore crazy course that we race. So this class is designed for that. So we want to try to make it as fair as possible for everyone there. So this will be a little bit easier course. Depending if our course is somewhat easy, they might be hopping and racing with us. We're looking at possibly racing the unlimited class first, and then the limited class would follow. That's kind of what we're looking at. But again, each course will vary depending on weather conditions and depending on what the course actually looks like. So that'll kind of be made on a call by individual course by basis. And again, we'll get drivers' input on that as well. So just some things to look at. I think that's most of our rules to cover. I think we can go ahead and start doing some drawings. And I do have a little map we're gonna throw up for you guys, because I know I had some people saying I was cheating for Timmy. So he's not racing this year, or is he? So we're going to do some drawings real quick. We're going to start with the limited bouncer class. And again, I'm going to say that very carefully since we have a limited and unlimited. I'll be very careful about that. So we have Chris Grigg, Dustin Carter, and Justin Holback. Again, we got these three here. We're going to flip them over and shake them up. We'll start with Chris Grigg. He is number 2. Dustin Carter is number 1. And Justin Holback is number 3. All right, UTV amateur class. We got 4 of those. So we're going to have 4 of those. We'll mix them all up. Again, 4 of the amateur class. We have Brentley Havens as first. He'll be number 2. Janice Northington will be number 4. I'm sorry, Jace Northington. Maddie Darnell will be number 3. And Sadie Ellison will be number 1. That's for our UTV amateur class. Next we will do, let's see what we'll do next. We'll do our youth class next. I know those guys and gals always appreciate the youth class. It's always a lot of fun. Mix them up a little bit here. This will be the UTV youth class. Again, our youth class is always super, super awesome. Appreciate everybody tuning in the live feed there. I know we got a bunch of drivers that hopped in there from the season driver group. Right now, I am monitoring the Rock Racing TV page. I told a bunch of people the National Rock Racing Association, but I'm actually on the Facebook page for Rock Racing TV. And there's a group and a page. The group has like 12,000 followers, and the page has about 1 million followers. So if you want to hop in the chat and actually like, comment, and all that good stuff, and have me respond to your comments, make sure you're following on the Rock Racing TV page on YouTube. Again, I told a bunch of people that on Snapchat wrong. That's my bad. So, Ethan Hunt asks, can the amateur class have a passenger that's older? Do you mean the UTV amateur class? Is that what you're talking about? All right, we're gonna UTV class. We'll do Audrey Seavey, number 9. Blake Heckley, number 8. Claire Holback, number 1. Claire, number 1. Collier Holback, number 3. Dallas Heckley, number 4. Elliot Carter, number 2. Nathan Ellison, number 5. Ramsey Trainer, number 7. And Mr. Ridge Brown, number 6. Again, that was our youth class. Yes. You know what? I don't know. That'd be a Clyde question. But I'm going to say the amateur class probably could have one. I think, if I remember correctly, Brentley Havens last year had his dad ride with him in our stock class, so I think the amateur class could absolutely have somebody riding with him. Again, I don't want to speak out of place. I'm sure Clyde's probably also in the chat there. And so I don't think that'd be an issue, just because for, being able to guide them and tell them where to go and what to do is kind of important. So appreciate that. And again, I'm super excited to see everybody coming out this weekend. Next, we're going to UTV Bounty. Again, shout out. I always show a lot of love to my Bounty people, because they race the same course as the bouncers, and they put their rigs through stuff that they should definitely not be doing. So always shout out to those guys and show a lot of love to them. And they come out there and just absolutely thrash on the rig and just destroy it. And there's times where they come and they do not make a single course. And I got a lot of respect for them. So shout out to those guys. All right, we're going to start with Austin Tidwell, but his rig is not yet. So Nathan King will actually be racing for him. So Nathan King, number 6. Casey Howe, number 9. Derek Schaefer, number 1. Justin Medley, number 3. Ethan Hunt, number 5. Justin Hooper, number 7. Madison King, number 4. Nathaniel Halton, number 2. And Nathaniel Bell, number 8. That is our UTV Bounty class. Yeah. Dustin Avens, yes. Justin's in the chat. He said he's no way he's riding with him. Yeah, I've seen Brentley. I've seen Brentley get with it. He can absolutely get down. He is not scared. All right. Next we have UTV Stock or UTV Cup. I'll do UTV Stock class first. I know that's always a great class for everybody to jump in there and compete with. We got 18 of our UTV stock class. So we'll mix them all up a little bit. All right, UTV stock class. We got 18 we'll draw. Alex Klein. 18. Bert Savoy, number 4. Brandon Davis, number 5. Brandon Jackson, number 16. Cody Kaysen, number 17. Cohen Ellison, number 15. Core Chappell, number 14. Dan Carter, Dan the Man Carter, number 11. Daniel Heckley, number 12. Dean Roberts, number 6. Dylan Dowler, number 9. Don Curtis, jumping in there. 13. Don Curtis, number 13. Jacob Bates, number 3. Jay Stortz, number 7. Justin Holback, number 1. Robert Trainer, number 10. Scotty Harden, number 8. And Jack Carter, number 2. All right. That is for our UTV stock class. Next, we're going to do UTV Cup class. Get those done. We also have 18 of our UTV Cup class. I don't know if it's the same 18 that we're racing our Cup class as our UTV stock class. Well, I know it's not because I see a few names that are I'm going to talk about as well. All right. Here we go. This is going to be our UTV Cup class. All right, UTV Cup class. Braden Upchurch, number 13. Brian Smith, number 11. Casey Howe, number 15. Clay Kaysen, number 3. Love you, Clay. Dan Carter, number 4. David Darnell, number 16. DC Thompson, number 17. Dylan Dowler, number 5. Jesse Riley, number 12. Kenneth Cozine. I'm excited to see that dude come back. I am very, very pumped. Kenneth's my guy. He does awesome. Landon Kahn, number 6. Madison King, number 10. Matt Myrick, number 2. Nathan King, number 9. Thomas Lair, 14. Trey Williams, number 18. Mark Lawrence, number 7. I missed one somewhere. Oh, Cooper Bentley, number 1. Cooper Bentley. All right. Next, we're going to do bouncer class, but first, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Born Marion Lee Thompson, the world knew him as Mickey. In his unending quest for performance, he was obsessed, innovative, unstoppable. On the salt flats of Bonneville, he was the first to 400. At the drag strip and at the brickyard, he pushed the state-of-the-art to the limit and beyond. Off-road, he practically invented the sport we know today. Mickey Thompson set records to break them. With 485 to his credit, and he was once called the fastest man alive. Mickey Thompson's mantra? Stand on the gas. More than 50 years later, Mickey Thompson's winning mentality lives on, with products that continue to break records today. Mickey Thompson takes drag racers and off-road competitors to the winner's circle and into the record books around the globe. Enthusiasts worldwide choose Mickey Thompson for the street vehicles, race cars, and trucks they drive every day. We've been here from the start, and we're taking on the future with the same winning mentality Mickey Thompson was founded on. We never slow down, because winning never gets old. It's not a fad. It's not a fashion. It's who we are. We're rolling out the best Mickey Thompson lineup yet. We're going wider, taller, and faster, with the broadest product selection we've ever offered. The Mickey Thompson legacy lives on in everything that bears his name, because victory needs no explanation.
All right, we're back. Again, we have bouncer class to go. We got them all mixed up there. We have 19 bouncers in our Unlimited Cup Series. All right, starting with Mr. Ben Driscoll. He picked up a new buggy last year, came out swinging. Number 17, Mr. Brandon Davis. Again, has the independent front suspension buggy. Always comes out kicking butt. He was our 2023 season champion, and obviously Timmy came back last year and picked up another win. We'll see what time Timmy's coming back again. Clint Garrison, number 5. Connor Flynn, again, young kid, number 13. Young kid making waves. Cooper Bentley, 8. He was our He had one race where you can say he was our leading the entire season last year. And for a young guy to do that, that's pretty stinking awesome. And again, shout out to Cooper and the whole Bentley family, just pure class act people. Dan Bowman, number 19. Dan Bowman again had his truck and trailer wrapped. Go to his page, check out the Reclaim Racing team. Those guys are definitely just kicking butt, taking names. Daniel Heckley, number 9. Ethan Hunt, number 18. Ethan was asking me some questions. So, Ethan, you are number 18. Excited to see you come out and do some racing with us. Ethan Jones, number 7. Ethan Martin. We're just going to knock all the Ethans out. Number 2. Ethan Martin, Mr. Tunnel Vision himself. Jack Porter, number 1. Jack racing that Venom buggy. Jay Storts, number 15. Jay sold all of his buggies. So I have no idea what he'll be racing. So I'm excited. I'm excited because whatever Jay's doing, Jay's doing big things. So I'm really, really excited. Next, Josh Krapinski, number 10. Josh, I'm excited to see what Josh does too, because that dude is coming out. He already told me, we're coming out, we're swinging fences. It's full tilt, fully committed. So I'm really excited to see what he does. Next, Clayton Smith, number 16, the other half of that Reclaim Racing team. Matt Holt, number 12. Nick Reich, number 14. Again, Nick coming out of Wisconsin. He's done some big stuff. He has a bad-looking buggy. I cannot wait to see you guys. It's pretty sweet. He was sending me a Snapchat while we were getting ready for the live feed. So I'm super great, and that whole team is definitely doing big things. So shout out to Nick and all his awesome stuff. Randall Keys, number 11. 4 for Mr. Little Tim Bacon. I'm excited to see, again, those Bacon boys. They're building some rigs right now. They're coming hard. Wade Good at number 3. And I love the fact that Wade is also coming back too, because I'm pretty stoked to see what Wade's going to do. And Wade is a heck of a driver. That dude can definitely flat out put it down. But we also have a handful of guys that are going to try to challenge that. And there's a handful of guys, I think, that could win any race no problem here on this list. And I think our top 10 is going to be really, really hard to break into this season. I mean, really hard to break in. So, 19 drivers total. I know there was a few guys in the chat earlier that were saying that they had registered, or there was a couple guys messaging Clyde about registering. So, this is the official list. 8:30 is when we do the drawings. So, guys, make sure you get registered, day before, week before, whatever. Get registered as soon as you can, and that way it makes our list a little easier. So definitely check out that, and I'm pretty excited. I don't see anything else in the live feed. I'm checking the live stream. Ethan Hunt said, excited to be there. Going to be a fun season. Yes, it is. We have a good time. We have a really good time. Danny, number 2. Jesse Phillips. Jesse Phillips said supposed to be in the bounty class. Jeremy. Check with Clyde and we'll get you added in there. If not, well, I'm sure we'll figure out something. I know there's a handful of guys that were talking to Clyde about the rules for the new class, the new limited bouncer class. So I'm very excited to see that. I'm excited to see it grow. Right now we got, like I said, 3 drivers in there as of right now. I know there's talked to little Tim Bacon about some of his buddies that were wanting to do it. So I know that a couple of those guys are really excited trying to get rigs together, or seeing how they can logistically make it work for a whole season. So I'm really excited that, and I think that class is definitely going to grow, especially the more we advertise it. So I'm very, very excited about it. Taylor's in the live chat right now. I was talking to him a few minutes ago. He said he's in the trailer getting it all ready for this weekend, and I'm so glad he's in here commenting. shout out to all the people who make this possible. Taylor being one of those guys. He's our producer. He's the bearded guy you kind of see, come out from the shadows occasionally. He's usually in the trailer working like a little slave. Shout out to our cameramen and camera ladies out there working the hills who take, just lots of dust and lots of mud. They work in the roughest conditions as we race by to make the live stream look awesome so all our friends and family back home can watch. We have a lot of guys. Bill up there making sure the course goes well. We have a handful of guys and gals that really, really slave away and do a lot of behind the scenes. Me and my very talented co-star Bree always get to look awesome, and there's a lot of people that make that possible. So shout out to all those guys, and I'm really excited for those guys. So thank you all so much for doing lots of hard work to make us look cool and to let us enjoy this awesome sport. Dan Bowman, see you next weekend. Yeah, we're literally most people will be there. I'm leaving Thursday morning, so we'll leave Thursday morning early, so I'll be there by Thursday afternoon, late Thursday afternoon sometime. I know Timmy will probably be there. Well, if he's not racing, he won't be there, but he'll get there early. I know there are a handful of guys will be there, but so yeah, I guess we'll see you all. Any other questions, comments, concerns in live chat? Kenneth Cozine, my name should have been on the bouncer list. Okay, so that does not surprise me, and here's why. I talked to Kenneth quite a bit last year about his bouncer because he's was building a new one last year. Kenneth, we will get you added. If we don't have anybody, there might be one or two people who don't show up for their slot. If they don't show up for their slot, we will get you added in, and you'll be number 20 probably. So we'll double check that. Kenneth's a great dude. He had Bad Donkey for a while and absolutely drove the flicking wheels off that thing. Just absolutely just rocked it. So if there's a spot, we'll let you know and we'll get you worked in. All right. Little Tim Bacon, see you Friday. All right. We will see you guys, and definitely excited. We'll see you guys.